police are openly merging with the military as the military moves into schools, government buildings, police departments, openly running checkpoints at shootings, DWIs, bar districts, Canada, England, Germany, Australia, the United States, troops everywhere, openly making their martial law move to acclimate the public with things that sound reasonable. Trends forecaster Gerald Celente, who's been tracking all of this, is going to be joining us. And go ahead and put up on screen if you encounter any of the following, called the Joint Terrorism Task Force. This was sent out nationwide. This is the Phoenix version of it in '99. I have been sent scores of similar manuals. I've gotten the Austin manuals of them training that if someone makes a frequent reference to the U.S. Constitution, can you guys pull up the reverse side of the flyer? It's one of those threefold. I want to show people. It says those that make frequent references to the Constitution. So if you talk about that, you're a terrorist. Second Amendment groups, quote, defenders of the U.S. Constitution against federal government and UN super patriots, groups of individuals engaged in paramilitary training. It goes on to say no driver's license, refuse to identify themselves, request authority for stop, make numerous references to the U.S. Constitution, claim driving as a right, not a privilege, attempt to police the police, how dare citizens be involved. And it goes on and on and on and on and on and on. Now, I just got in and we made some calls and checked it, but I've already seen this very insert. It goes out every 6 months. So I've seen this over and over again, what you're about to see. Coming up a little bit later in the interview with Celente, but it's been updated. And let me tell you, you're a terrorist, folks, if you talk about the North American Union or the Trans-Texas Corridor. It doesn't exist, that's terrorism. If you talk about the New World Order banking conspiracy, which is all over the news, openly being announced, the banks are taking over with a new bank of the world. Doesn't exist, you're insane. How dumb do they think the police are? That they're giving them this when it's all over the news, being announced, and, well, they're letting them know. This is not acceptable to believe in. And people that talk about this are dangerous to you and will kill you, and that's what this says. They will try to kill you. It says right here, threatening to the lives of officers. Let me find it. Targeting of law enforcement and emergency personnel. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is what they teach them. Hey, if somebody tells you there's a new world order taking over, they're a terrorist. And so Kelly Rushing and other people around the country, Kentucky, Tennessee, Arkansas, California, they walk up and go, officer, I'd like to give you this Ron Paul speech. And they kind of arrest him the next day and say that's a terroristic threat, that speech of that congressman saying there's a new world order, because they believe it's illegal, and he went to trial and was found not guilty. On the end of the video is also my film Road to Tyranny. I mean, they're brainwashed, and then I have footage from a squad car at a checkpoint in Virginia where Abby Newman, naval veteran, buying canning equipment, lives on a farm, no criminal record, pulls up, says, I'm not going to show you my stuff. This is a warrantless checkpoint. They drag her out, find a pocket Constitution, and it's state police with their microphones on their chest, on their ties, and they've got her in cuffs in the car, and they're going, I can't believe it. In fact, bring me a pocket Constitution out of the bookstore back there, please, out of the warehouse. And they're just going, oh, my gosh, it talks about voluntary Social Security. I think we got one of them. I think this is illegal. Is it illegal to have this? They're like, I think that is. I think that may be. Oh, my goodness gracious. You people are crazy cult members. We're the normal people. You have sworn an oath to the Bill of Rights and Constitution. I just had an Army colonel on. I said, do you swear to protect and defend the Constitution? He said, I can't talk about it. I gotta go. Oh my God, he's mentioning the Constitution. No, please, not that. Not this, please. Oh, it's so evil. But I mean, literally, the state police are like, oh, we got one of them. We got all the training we've had. We finally found one of them. One of them. One of these. Well, now you say, hey, the foreign banks are taking over. I got one of them. Oh, goodness. Hey, there's a world government they're setting up. Hey, there's North American Union. He's trying to kill me. It's a rattlesnake right there. They're dangerous. Dangerous. Dangerous, Will Robbins. We are back live for the next 52 minutes. We have the top trends forecaster in the world, That's what USA Today and CNN, Fox have called him. Incredible predictions. He's a big part of the Obama deception that comes out in the next few days at prisonplanet.tv. You can order the DVD right now at Infowars.com. Need to mail Gerald Celente one of those. But this just broke. I just showed you the earlier terror training manual saying those that talk about the Constitution are terrorists and are a danger to police, those that are in Second Amendment groups. Here is the MIAC strategic report. And this is 2/2009, the modern militia movement. And they mix in here people that believe there's 9 FEMA regions, people that believe there's a NAPTA superhighway, and they show the official NAPTA superhighway map the government put out. Doesn't exist. Those that don't want RFID chips being planted with them, and they mix it in then with white supremacists and others, and they say, we want you to understand the terrorist symbols. It's Don't Tread on Me flag of the Founding Fathers. Can I have a close shot, guys, please? Instead of that shot, can I have this? Thanks. You know, the flag of the Founding Fathers, all of it. We're going to go over this. This is amazing propaganda. And they say in here, that, you know, there is... They say in there that there is, you know, no such thing as a New World Order banking takeover, as hundreds of newspapers a day say there will be a new bank of the world that you pay carbon taxes to. It just doesn't exist. You're insane terrorist if you believe it. And now they're announcing troops to be in all major police departments, running checkpoints everywhere. I've read mainstream news articles last hour. Gerald Celente, this is getting crazy.
Yeah, it certainly is. Well, I heard part of the announcement for your new DVD, and what state-controlled capitalism is fascism, and that's the definition for it. It's not socialism, and that's what we're moving toward.
Well, my guys are really impressed getting to meet you in person. I know you turned down Glenn Beck that day for my guys to come up and interview you for the film with late notice just a few weeks ago. So we want to thank you for being part of the Obama deception, sir. And we'll send you a link to it just so you can watch it in high quality online in the next 48 hours. So much is happening. So much of what you predicted, countries collapsing by February, March, all over the world, banks, more and more banks going under, more and more problems unfolding. Continue with your trend forecast in the short term.
Well, we may see an Obama bounce. I mean, they're dumping so much money into the system that it's going to be a false flag fiscal recovery. And it's going to have a lot of people believing that prosperity is just around the corner. But the reality is we're moving into the greatest depression. And it really needs to be understood that this is a worldwide meltdown. I mean, this isn't just the U.S. The U.S. was, of course, the originator in many ways of it. But when you look what's going on around the world, my God, the former Soviet bloc countries, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Romania, Hungary, Ukraine, I mean, they're all underwater. And we saw what happened with Iceland, for example. And they overthrew that government over there. We're seeing that the once vaunted Celtic tiger boom has turned to bust. The Spanish and English building frenzies they have been subdued, and their economies are in steep decline. You look around the world, year to date, Taiwan's exports, they're down some 42%. Japan, 35%. South Korea, 17%. Worldwide, Alex, when you look at what's going on average, world trade in January has collapsed over 30%. What do people need to have them say? This is a depression. These are depression-era fall-offs. And when you look at other data, I mean, auto sales in the U.S., a week ago, they came in down 41%. What are people waiting for it to go to zero?
Gerald Celente, they are announcing all over the country, and I read these articles last hour. I won't go back over them, but I'm sure you're probably aware of some of them. They're going to have Army liaison officers in all the police departments, and they're announcing in Canada, England, the U.S. that the Army is going to be patrolling America. You know, we knew this years ago, and then months ago the Pentagon announced it, but that was done quietly, just, you know, in government documents. But now the media, we're seeing the rollout of the PR. Oh, the Marines are going to be out looking for drunk drivers helping the police this week in California. Oh, the Army showed up for the shooting in Alabama and patrolled the streets. Oh, I mean, what is the Army going to do patrolling America? I mean, clearly The Army War College has said they believe things are going to completely collapse, but they're not doing anything to reverse what's caused the collapse.
No, not only they're not doing anything to reverse the collapse, they're doing more to make the collapse worse. For example, and again, we're not making this stuff up. It's in the words of the confidence man in chief, President Obama. And that's, by the way, that's what this all is. It's a confidence game. And as you well know, the term confidence man comes, con man, is they build confidence. So when you listen to his speech, for example, to Congress, he used the word confidence 7 times to have confidence in the plans that they're doing. So when you look around and you see what the scheme is,